Not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Okay.
Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
Hi, welcome to the channel. I'm your host, G-Man, and welcome to G-Man Tube.
What's going on, guys? G-Man's here. Welcome back to the channel. We're playing more Royale in today's video. It's a brand new week, and we're kicking it off with an intense video that we were talking about over on stream last week, and it is how to properly be a support player in co-op. So we're gonna go over some options, free to play, whales, all that good stuff. Make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, and let's dive straight into the festivities. All right, we're gonna hop over to the units we got rolling. Now let's put together, obviously you're gonna need certain units to be a good support. Like if you don't have shaman, your supporting days are gonna be a little bit rough. So obviously if you don't have shaman, you can go in there as a damage dealer. I mean, as damage instead of support. So, shaman. Let's pop shaman in there. Let's build up a quick co-op deck for you guys. Do we got a slot that I want to take? Oh, okay. Nope. What slot should we? Oh, nope. Nope. Okay, let's get rid of this slot. So we got shaman in there, right? So we're gonna throw. There's a lot of different versions you can go for, but we're gonna cover a few. So we're gonna throw mime in there. I'm gonna show the basic shaman deck that is pretty intensifying since Scared of You. If you got maxed magic cauldron, this is one of my hero. You're always gonna want to go trainer. For me, that's what I do for support. So when you reach those double bosses or something could be going on and maybe RNG is not working out well, it's a little slow. You never want your bosses to stop your partner from killing his bosses first. So always you're gonna save that trainer just before it bends the corner to ruin everything. So this is the first deck we're gonna talk about here. Okay, Max Cauldron, just to give you that mana. If you don't got Max Cauldron, I would say you could try Priestess, but I would not recommend Priestess. But she could potentially help you. There's so much versions where I'm going to show you a few versions here. Demonologist you could swap in here too. Demonologist is a little bit rocky. I'd rather just get a Cauldron. This is my talent layout for Cauldron. But of course you could go Priestess, Demonologist. These are the mana babies, okay? But for this build, I would say go Cauldron. Now, late dungeons, like when you start getting up there, when it starts hitting 1,000 mana per summon, this is why the mana babies for me I like having in the decks, because you're definitely gonna want to have enough mana to make sure you max out your opponent's stuff. A late game Tribunal, Grandmaster, if those guys are able to even get their hits off, you're definitely gonna be able to make sure you can maintain the max. Late game Assassin, those guys are annoying, especially if your partner's not. This is not for the whale partners that don't even need a support. I'm talking about for the average guys who need some support. So those bosses are gonna probably get their effects off. So you're gonna need mana. Summons are gonna hit 1,000, 1,200, 1,500. So you're definitely gonna need a lot of mana. So play your summoner well. Wait for your opponent's call on the shaman, whatever the signal might be, and know when to shaman. Bedlams, you're gonna love those. Make sure you're shamaning out. Don't rush for high tier merges too early in the game, because those are gonna be stuck on your field and those are gonna be a nuisance. And remember, your trainer, do never let your boss bend that corner before. Obviously, if you can't do anything and if it's still not enough with the drop, it's out of your hands, but always wait to drop your trainer. Okay. Let's talk about another cool build that I've seen around. This build is it's a little rocky. Okay, it's a little rocky. They have Executioner in there. We're gonna throw in Demonologist. take out Summoner, some decks. So this is another one I've seen around. The Executioner, you can kind of swap him. This is when you're just to add a little extra help. I don't think it's necessary, but it can work wonders. Just in case your partner is struggling, Executioner can definitely come in handy. If you got the maxed out Reaper, you pop him in there as well. He'll do a similar thing. Obviously, his merge ability is pretty neat as well, for instant killing. No, not that one. Which one is it? Grim? What's his merge? Where's his merge ability? Maximum gain? Nope, I think it's actually up here. Distraction. Where's his? Oh, destroys common monster. Okay, so yeah, it's Vengeful Ghost. So destroys common monster after merge. So this will definitely help maintain, especially if you're a lower level player. But that's only if you have the maxed out Reaper. If you don't have the maxed out Reaper, don't worry. Throw your Executioner in here, and this is another build. Of course, Demonologist is going to be in there for the mana, and you're going to play Trainer the same way. Harley, you already know what to do. Those guys mime. So this is a pretty fluid deck. Let's look at another one. You really gotta, when you're playing co-op as a support, you really gotta watch your partner's field and like know what they need and know when to save your shamans. Like, you don't even have to just be sending shamans, because if you got a good partner, he's probably going to be running decent cards in there to get his cards up to a level. Maybe sometimes they run Scrapper and Blade Dancer decks, Demon Hunter decks. Demon Hunter is a pretty good deck. One of my recommended decks for damage. Even though I personally run Blade Dancer. This is the deck I run. So I run it like this, so I don't really need a co-op partner that can really carry anything. If it's there, it's better, but you don't really need it. But so this is a build here. I'll show you another one. Now, worst case scenario, what if you got Shaman but you don't have Harley? Okay, so that's gonna be tricky, but you could run, let's take out Harley out of the deck. Let's put Summoner back in here. Actually, before we do this one, this is another deck they're running. Where is she? Witch. So let's put Witch in here. Let's take out Demon Hunter. So this is another build they're running. Let's take out Executioner. And we're gonna put Summoner. This is another full support. They even run Stasis in some builds, yo. There's a lot of options. Your number one priority is to boost your opponent's units if you can. That's where Witch is gonna come in. Tear them up. That's where Sean's gonna come in, and do as much stall as you can. Okay, so that's a build. This build is pretty self-explanatory. There's nothing really to explain about it. Those witches, you're gonna be sending them off. Clock, bro, this one is deadly. Have you ever seen Clock in co-op? Let me know in the comments, yo. But this is a build. You're obviously gonna wait for the bosses. You're gonna merge out those clocks. Just boosting your partner off the bat, super good. Super good. Now, if you want to go like a little more damage support, which don't do it. Just don't do it. This is a build they play. Let's put Reaper in here. Reaper, and this is a pretty strange one, but I've seen it a few times. Reaper and Bomb. Don't ask me. This is just a build they play, yo. Because Reaper is pretty good to cut those numbers down. So that's why they play Reaper. Or Executioner, but for this build, I'm definitely gonna go Reaper. Sometimes they have Frost in there. Sometimes they have Stasis in there. And none of those cards I would ever recommend. But people run them. The key to be a good support, watch your opponent's field. Make sure that boss doesn't bend the corner and you have a trainer. Don't waste your trainers. Bedlams, don't rush to merge on your Bedlams. Do your little merges. Keep your tiers at 2, maybe 3. Get that flip and go for it and keep merging out. Don't waste. If you're ever running any builds with Reaper in it, don't rush to merge your Reapers first, because your priority is still Shamans. What is my favorite support deck? And that's going to be our first build that we looked at. So this is going to be, boom, we're going to throw in Summoner, and that's the deck. Number one support deck for me, works wonders. Once I go in this, kills it. Always keep a tier 1 summoner. Check out my summoner guide. I'll drop that at the end of the video I made a while back, but shows you how I play summoner. Summoner is so good when played right. That's why robot decks are so dangerous. You just gotta know how to play your summoner. Tier 1 summoner, early games, make sure you keep yourself a tier 1 summoner so you can always merge. Always keep a tier 1 summoner. You'll be shocked to see how you always will have a full field. Guys, that's my support guide for dungeons in Rush Royale. Let me know some of your tips and tricks down below in the comments, and I'll see you guys.